On today's Ask Ryan, we're going over all things social media. We're talking about how you can start growing organically, how you can start monetizing your audience, and how you can really build your business around it. We had some really great questions. Let's jump into it. How do you share everything without sharing everything? This is a super common question because a lot of people have friends and family that they don't necessarily want them to know what's going on in their life. Maybe they don't want to talk about money or what kind of assets they have because it's going to cause drama with, friends and family, whatever. I've learned to just get over that fear. The moment I decided to start sharing what I was doing in real estate, I knew that I was going to be judged by people who know me and by people who have no idea who I am. And you just have to learn to be perfectly okay with that. And you can't really worry about what other people think because you have to do what is best for you and what you're trying to accomplish. And I know for me, by sharing as much as I do, not only with finances, with assets, and as far as my beliefs and my family and all of those things, I know that it's going to turn a lot of people off, but I know it's also going to help a lot of people and it's going to help me and my businesses. So in the end, you're never going to be able to please everybody. So my advice is to overshare versus undershare, because at the end of the day, people are going to want to follow you and do business with you if they know you as the individual. If you're always just putting out the front of only good things that are happening, or if you're only vague about things that are happening, you become less trustworthy. So my advice is just share. Now, this next question would be the follow-up to what this person just asked, and it says, as social media grows, any cons you've experienced with being more known? I'll tell you, I get recognized a lot, especially here in Vegas when I go out to eat, when I'm at church, or whenever I'm out and about. Usually someone recognizes me, or I can tell they recognize me because they're looking at me all funny, but they don't say anything. But none of it has ever been bad. At the end of the day, most people are friendly who know me. I don't think I'm like this celebrity like Kim Kardashian or somebody where the fans are just so crazy that you got to watch out for yourself. I think people who know me and watch my content are probably a higher level of person, and so they're not gonna be like crazy like that. So as far as like going out and about, I haven't noticed anything negative. In fact, I love it when people come up to me. It really makes me feel good, and if you're one of those people and you see me out and about, don't ever be afraid to say hi because it means a lot to me. But I will say, I have thought about in the future, what is it gonna look like if my personal brand continues to grow? Do I need to make sure that my house is in a guard-gated community and all these things? I've never had to worry about that in my life. I've never cared about, that kind of stuff. But it is something that I'm thinking about as time goes forward and, I become more known. Best ways for organic IG growth. So I'm not gonna lie with you. If you watch some of my interviews about a year and a half, 2 years ago, I said that I hated Instagram and I wanted nothing to do with it because their organic growth was almost impossible. Instagram has always been a pay-to-play platform, meaning that people have paid for followers, people pay for verifications, people pay for shout-outs, and that used to be the only way to grow. But they have changed recently with Reels. And I've been one of the biggest recipients of that because I make so many different TikTok/Reel style videos. And it's cool because when they first launched Reels at the end of 2020, I already had this big pipeline of TikToks I created that, had gotten me a lot of traction on TikTok. So I just started reposting them on Reels. And sure enough, my Instagram started to explode. At that time, I maybe had 20,000 followers and I got to 100,000 in just a few months because of that kind of content. And as of today, I've got close to 200,000 followers, and I don't really do anything that crazy other than just post a lot of Reels every single day. So I do think that growing on IG is actually much easier today than it used to be, and it's only if you are using Reels. So that's my advice. If you want to grow on IG, just make a lot of Reels. How much do you pay your TikTok editor, and how many videos does that entail? My TikTok editor's name is Ryan McGinn. I actually interviewed him on my podcast. Go check out that podcast, by the way. And I've been using him for about a year. If you notice, he runs multiple big accounts, including mine, and he does a really good job of picking these clips that he he thinks can go viral from my podcast or from my YouTube video. He's been repurposing all of my content for a year without me having to really do any work, because once I film this long form video, his team can then go in, pick what are the best clips for short form, and then repurpose it, and doesn't take any more time out of my day. So it's been fantastic for me. But what's been really cool is we took his concept and we trained somebody on my team internally. So his team will create 1 per day for me, and my team will go out and create 2 per day. So I'm releasing 3 brand new TikTok style videos every single day. And the benefit is I get so much use out of it because I'll post it on TikTok and then I'll post it on Reels and get, multiple followers on those platforms. But now YouTube is pushing YouTube Shorts very heavily. So we've actually tried the approach now of going 3 YouTube Shorts per day, just like we do on those channels. And the results have been pretty significant. And I was really hesitant to go on YouTube Shorts because all of the big YouTubers weren't doing it. And every consultant I talked to said, no, YouTube Shorts are gonna kill your engagement on your main videos. They're gonna make your audience mad, don't do it. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna do it anyway because I like to test things, and if people get mad, they get mad, but at least I tried. And I'm glad I tried because I think that my YouTube channel is gonna start growing tremendously from this effort. We've already had a bunch of viral shorts, and I think that with volume and our proven system for creating shorts, it's gonna just make this channel explode. Now, on the flip side, do I think that my engagement will be way less per my main videos? Absolutely. At the end of the day, if somebody's feed is getting blown up with all my shorts, they're probably gonna miss the main video. And that's just the trade-off. If I could get to 500,000 subscribers by using the shorts method, and maybe my main video only averages 15,000 views, I'll take that along with all the views we get with shorts. The trade-off is way worth it. Now, you asked the question of how much do I actually pay him? I'm not gonna say what I pay him because I got in with him very early. I was one of his first clients, and so I got a better rate than everyone else gets, but he charges $4,000 a month. That gets you 1 video per day. They do all the editing, they coach you up and tell you how to get viral videos, and it's a really good service. If you've got a business, highly recommend him. I will link to all of his info down below, and just tell him Ryan sent you because he'll hook you up and make sure you're taken care of. What's better to grow your influence on, Facebook, TikTok, or IG? Well, you should also throw in YouTube and Twitter and these things on there as well, because you can have a really good following on just one platform and it can make you a lot of money and create a lot of impact. I see a lot of YouTubers who are strictly on YouTube. They're killing it. They're doing great. You see TikTokers doing the same thing. For me, I try to be omnipresent. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. I just started getting active on Twitter, so I'm now trying to, grow my Twitter platform because that's where a lot of the crypto and NFT people are. But I think being across all platforms is better because if one of those platforms pops off, then you're able to bring them to the other platforms and, make content all around. But I should also add podcast into that too. We're doing really good on the podcast. So I think that you would pick a core platform to do your content on, whether it's YouTube or podcast. Then you can take the long form content and repurpose it into short form content, AKA Reels or TikToks or YouTube Shorts, and then post them on all the platforms. It's really just making one main piece of content and then the repurposing, and now you're across all platforms. Like for me, that's the exact approach I use. I don't really film that much short form content anymore. I just film long form and my team repurposes the rest. So that's what I would do if I was starting out. That way you can be across all platforms and kind of figure it out. Will plumbing make a good YouTube channel? I'm a plumber. I think so. I think anybody can make a YouTube channel. There are plenty of plumbers searching how to do different things. And so if you can make a YouTube channel talking about how to do it, then plumbers are gonna watch it. And then you can build other products beyond your plumbing, right? Because a lot of these people watching YouTube plumbing probably aren't gonna hire you because they're not in the same state. But if you could build a niche around helping plumbers become better or teaching plumbers how to charge for their services and market to people, there's a huge niche to be made and a lot of money to be made there. And I bet you would make more money selling to those plumbers than you would actually plumbing for other people. You gonna start a Twitch channel? This is a good question. I actually reserved my Twitch name, but I don't do much gaming, so I've never tried to do Twitch. Nor do I do live streaming really, because I don't have time. So I got it. I don't want to say yes or no, but the thing is, if crypto gaming becomes what I think it can become, You might see me on Twitch more than I think I'm doing at this point. What are the number of people needed to record and publish your awesome YouTube content effectively and their roles? Okay, so I'm gonna give you the breakdown of my content team. At the top is my producer. His name is Justin. He is in charge of managing all of the content that we produce across all of the channels. He's very much like a COO in my other companies, okay? He oversees all the different departments. Now, we have different departments depending on the social media platform. So we've got someone in charge of TikTok, which we talked about is Ryan. We have someone in charge of YouTube. So in this case, his name is Ray. He's my content manager. He does all of our posting on YouTube. We've got someone in charge of podcast. That would be Ray also for posting, but Omar, who is our editor for all of the podcast. Then we have Instagram. These are just all of the TikToks that we made, so we repost them all there. That's Ray's job. I'm in charge of posting all my stories throughout the day. We also have my Twitter, so we have a team that's in charge of repurposing my content and making threads and tweets based on those content. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I don't make all my tweets. I don't have time to, figure it out and think about what I wanna tweet every single day. We have a team that's repurposing my content and making them into tweets. And then below all those guys, we have multiple editors. We have editors that are specialized in the short form content. We have editors that are specialized in podcast, editors that are specialized in the YouTube videos. And I forgot to mention, I have an in-house videographer. His name is Sion. And so he does all of our sets like you see here to make sure that I'm all good so I can just step on here and film what I gotta film. He also comes with me on all my trips where I speak and we wanna get some behind the scenes. He does all the filming at my events. He does all of the filming for just different house tours and stuff. So we have a really big team. I don't even know how many people it is at this point. My guess is probably at least 10, maybe 15, if you count all the editors and different pieces. But I've always said I spend about 40 grand a month on content, and I'm about to start spending a lot more because we're creating another YouTube channel strictly dedicated to real estate investing through my company Future Flipper. So I'm really excited about taking all the processes we've done for my personal brand and creating a media company with Future Flipper using all of that same blueprint. How do you branch out to more new viewers? So this is super important to think about as you're starting out. Initially, you want to be known for something, right? You have your niche. For me, it was real estate, specifically house flipping. So, you want to dominate that niche. You want to make content devoted to that. But what happens is you realize there is a cap to that audience. Like there's only so many people on YouTube who want to learn how to flip houses. My guess is if you've ever tried to search house flipping, you've at least seen one of my videos. Like most people, they should be aware of who I am at this point if they want to flip a house. But that demographic is so small. Trying to continue to reach them is not going to be a good use of my time if I want to grow. So guess what? I've got to start going to other niches. Maybe I start talking about the other niches of real estate investing. Let's talk about rentals, Airbnbs, multifamily, wholesaling, right? I could hit those niches. That gives me a bigger audience, but guess what? The real estate audience by itself is very small in comparison to everything else. So what do I do? Well, I could start branching into other sections of money and finance, okay? Maybe I could talk about stocks. Maybe I talk about crypto, NFTs, e-com, side hustles, all of these things that are basically in the make money niche. And that's kind of what you've seen me do. I've kind of branched into all these various things that I'm actively involved in. I talked about stocks for a little bit. I realized I hated that. I don't even know much about stocks, so I don't really care. But I am starting to make a lot of NFT content now because I'm heavily invested in it. I'm creating my own NFT, and it's something I really believe in and like, so I'm gonna start talking about it. I also talk a lot about side hustles because it's something that is near and dear to me, and it's something that I did to get where I'm at. People know me for couch flipping. I've done my Flip Nation series, which always gets great views, just touring these different kind of side hustles that people can do. And so now when you look at my channel, you've got real estate, you've got NFTs, you've got side hustles, and then just general business and money advice. That pretty much makes up the scope of my channel. The one big thing that I'm missing if I want to hit the biggest niche is news. This is why you see the biggest YouTubers in finance talk about the news nonstop, because they know that is going to get the most views, That's what people are searching for, and that's how you can get found the easiest. I personally don't want to do it because I just hate reading the news, and it doesn't really work with my schedule since I like to film in bulk. You know, this video that you're seeing today, I probably filmed it 2 or 3 weeks before it actually got released to you now. So if I was doing the news, I have to do it that day, and my team has to edit it and turn it around really quickly, and I just don't want to do that. It just doesn't fit with my lifestyle, so you know, you'll probably never see me really do the news because it's just not what I want to do. I don't enjoy it, and it doesn't fit with my schedule. But if I was trying to reach more people and get the maximum exposure I could, then I would do the news. Is there any ambassador program you have for Wealthy Way? So if you don't know, I've got a new project called The Wealthy Way. If you go to wealthyway.com, we have a free online course. We have a Discord community that's completely free. And we have a planner app that I paid a tech team a lot of money to create, and it's also free. Literally, everything with The Wealthy Way is free, and I have no intention to sell you anything within there. So you might be thinking, well, what's the point of The Wealthy Way, and why are you doing it? Well, for one, I want to help people. That's like the main reason. People have asked me how I do what I do, and so I just put it all together in this way, The Wealthy Way. But number two is, it is another form of social media. Like at the end of the day, if I can get more users on the planner, if I can get more people to go through the course, if I can get people to join the Discord, these are all forms of social media. And anybody later down the road, after going through it and seeing all the value, may end up doing business with me in some other way because they're getting all of this content completely for free on these other platforms. So in the end, I think The Wealthy Way is very much like social media. And if you want to be an ambassador, there's not really an affiliate because it's all free. Just go tell your friends about it if it's really helped you out. That's my only ask of The Wealthy Way. I tell people that in the course. If you enjoyed it, just tell your friends about it. Post about it on social media. That's like the number one thing I would love for you to do, even more so than buy anything from me on one of my other companies. How do you decide to give a team access to all accounts for content creation? This is a big one. When I first did this, we thought long and hard of like, do we want to give like VAs access to social media? Who gets access to the Google Drives? Who can post on the channel? You know, these are all things that you got to think about because if you get one person who's, you know, a bad character or whatever, then they could just post whatever they want on your channel. They could even delete it potentially. They could do like crazy stuff. So, you know, you got to be careful with who you give your information to. But in order to scale, people are gonna have to have access to your accounts. And, you know, my team has full access. I trust all of them. There's a lot of people who have access to my social medias, and, you know, if I didn't trust them, they shouldn't really work for me. At the end of the day, you're gonna have to trust people to grow, and it's only gonna continue to get bigger as, you know, your online presence gets bigger. You know, now I have way more to lose if somebody were to do something or, you know, send a bad tweet on my behalf, and now, you know, I look bad. So, you know, at the end of the day, that's just part of growing. And, you know, if something happens, then so be it. That's business, that's life. You can't really do anything about it. Scripting process. So everybody scripts differently. And when I train people on how to script a video, it's pretty simple depending on which platform you're making a video for. But the basic structure is this. The very beginning of a video, you want to make sure you hook them, okay? If you don't have anything interesting to say very quickly, people are usually going to go to the next video. So you have to hook them with something that is going to make them want to watch the rest of the video. From there, I like to do the transition. So I've hooked them, you know, they're staying for the video. I then transition and just tell them who I am, right? Say, hey, my name's Ryan Pineda, real estate investor, entrepreneur. Then I tell them about The Wealthy Way. The reason I do that is because if this is somebody's first time ever watching my video, I want them to know exactly who I am, what I'm all about, and why they should listen to the rest of this video. If somebody has already seen my video, they've probably seen me make that intro a million times, and they just don't care. They're already used to it. They know it's part of the deal, and it's not gonna bother them. So you wanna go hook, you know, with your intro, then transition, then you wanna jump right into the content. So I do all of that. We jump into the content. Then at the end, we have an outro, and there's always some kind of call to action. You know, the call to action could just be simply subscribe. It could be go to one of my businesses if I was talking about something related to that business in the content. But you always want to have some kind of call to action at the end. And then, you know, that's the basic framework of a video on YouTube. On TikTok or Instagram on a reel, you don't have time for a transition. You gotta hook them in like 1 or 2 seconds. Seriously, like 1 or 2 seconds. Jump straight into the content. You don't really have time for a call to action. You could, if you want, just be like, follow me, but that's pretty much it. But as far as like actual scripting goes, I'm a bullet point guy. I usually write like a full page of bullet points for a YouTube video. I know other people like to write word by word. And if that's you, so be it. Whatever helps you make the best content is the way that you should script your videos. But anyways, that's all we got for this episode of Ask Ryan. If you want your questions answered next video, make sure you go follow me on Instagram and you'll be able to submit your questions. So thanks for watching. Make sure you're subscribed. I'll catch you later. Peace.